What's going on, Stim Junkies? Hi, Stim Ace here, and I hope you guys are having an incredible start to your week. Today, we are coming at you from the High Stim studio. We were snowed in for the weekend, absolutely insane weather. And in case you can't hear it on my voice, I am a little bit congested, but we are going to power on through the way we always do right here on the High Stim Ace channel. Now, today I'm going to be reviewing a fat burner from Apollon Nutrition, and I'm sure everybody watching this channel has heard of Chaos, the ultimate thermogenic fat burner from Apollon Nutrition. Well, they released a new version about a month, maybe month and a half ago, and usually it takes High Stim Ace just a couple of days to get these reviews out for Apollon because I know there is a lot of hype when it comes to brand new Apollon products, and they tend to sell out relatively quickly, and it's usually a while before Apollon brings in the new batches, and people always end up waiting a little while in between. But this one here did take me about a month to really feel out because I really have been running this one almost every single day as a daily kind of fat burner, but I've utilized it in numerous ways, pairing it with certain pre-workouts to give it a little bit of more of a thermogenic kick. So we are going to break down not only the new Chaos Stim Fat Burner, but also the sister product, Molotov, which is my favorite fat burner of all time. Now, I got the two bottles right over here. We are going to break everything down. My Chaos is actually about halfway done because, like I said, I've been running it as a daily kind of fat burner, and I feel like it's been helping a lot this past season, especially with the crazy cold weather that we've been dealing with. It helps a little bit with the thermogenesis, but there's a lot more than just thermogenesis, so let's not waste any more time. Let's roll that freaking intro. When we come back, we are going to break down both the new Chaos and Molotov. All right, guys, so for the sake of this review, we are going to break down the label on Chaos as opposed to Molotov because they are essentially the exact same label. The only difference is Chaos has an added 200 milligrams of caffeine, while Molotov is stim-free. The entire label is pretty much identical, and the serving size here is 4 capsules. You're getting 30 servings per container, but in typical Apollon Nutrition fashion, this thing is mega dosed, and you can easily get away with taking 2 caps a day. Heck, even 1 cap a day for you guys that are sensitive, because this here has a lot of potent thermogenics, diuretics, and it's really meant to help you recomp a little bit, especially now in the winter where we're kind of transitioning over to the spring period where everybody wants to start cutting. Right now is the perfect time to stock up on some Chaos, and I'm going to break down exactly how to best utilize this product. So let's get talking about this label. All right, guys, so looking at the supplement facts, like I mentioned earlier, the full serving size is 4 capsules. You're getting 30 servings per container. But again, a lot of you guys can get away with taking this at 2 capsules, which brings the servings up to 60. This is a premier premium product. It's a fat burner unlike anything else on the market, super mega dosed and loaded like Apollon Nutrition always does. So we're going to begin breaking everything down one by one. Now, the first 2 ingredients on here are the 2 new additions because the label more or less looks very similar to the previous versions, but they added these 2 ingredients, and they are the 2 first ingredients on here, which really changes the formula quite a bit from the previous versions, all right? Now, the first ingredient we have on here, obviously, is a trademark Sant Energy NU coming in at 400 milligrams. Now, that is a yerba plant extract, and it's going to help with not only thermogenesis and fat burning properties, but it actually adds a bit of a stimulatory effect. It's not technically a stimulant per se, but when you combine it with potent thermogenics and the 200 milligrams of caffeine that you already have in here, it kind of amplifies that stim effect. So a lot of times people are going to take just the Molotov, which has no stimulants, but people say that Molotov makes you feel this stimulatory effect. That is because of the thermogenics, such as the GBB, which we're going to get into in a moment, but specifically this new version, you do have the Sant Energy NU in here, and that is definitely going to add more of a stimulatory edge, giving you more energy, more focus, a little bit of that sense of urgency before anything. Next up, we have Morosil, which is Moro Red Orange extract, and that is derived from blood oranges, if I recall correctly. You're also getting that at 400 milligrams. So you guys know that bitter orange extract is known as synephrine. Now, there's no synephrine in here. This is kind of like a distant cousin to the bitter orange extract. There's a lot of studies, a lot of research. It's a very popular, very in ingredient right now that a lot of people are taking as a standalone supplement. So you're getting the clinical 400 milligrams in here, which is really, really nice, which is why I say that this is definitely something you could use as a daily type of fat burner, but we're going to break it down because there's numerous ways. These are very versatile products, and that is why I love these fat burners. Next up, we have the return of paradoxine grains of paradise extract at 400 milligrams. I do think the previous version also had 400 milligrams, maybe 300, but either way, very, very close. And grains of paradise and a lot of other companies, you're going to see like 25, 35, 45 milligrams. You're getting 400 in here, okay? So massive, massive dosages, really helping with the thermogenesis, the fat burning properties, and just pretty much anything you want in a good quality fat burner. Next up, we have InnoSlim making a return again. That is the Panax Noto Ginseng extract, 250 milligrams, has diuretic properties, fat burning properties, great all-around ingredient. And now we have the only stimulant in here, caffeine anhydrous at 200 milligrams. So very, very good dose. And what I like about it is that a lot of times when I take just the 2 capsules, that's only 100 milligrams of caffeine. That is the equivalent to just 1 cup of coffee, which is really great because it makes it easy to stack on top of other products. And Molotov really is the one that's meant for stacking, but on its own, you're not getting too much caffeine. But believe me, guys, you will feel a burst of energy. More about that in the effect section. We got Capsi Burn making a return. That is a mix of I think it was cayenne peppers, if I'm not mistaken, as well as Tabasco peppers. It's one of those two or the two combined, but either way, it's a red pepper extract. I think even a chili pepper, something along those lines. But either way, you're going to feel the thermogenesis on this one. This is definitely one of the ingredients that is providing that heat, that sweat, that thermogenic effect. And it's going to pair well with the next ingredient we have on here, which is Pro GBB 60 milligrams. Now, a lot of people are going to hear 60 milligrams and run for the hills, okay? I can handle GBB. I think I've developed sort of an immunity to GBB, so it doesn't quite have me in death survival mode. It's not going to have me sweating for the entire day. But if I take this at a full dose and I use this for training purposes, you best believe I'm going to be sweating my ass off. 60 milligrams is definitely on the higher end of things. But again, if you take this at 2 caps, you're getting 30. So a little bit more tolerable. I know everybody's a little different when it comes to sensitivity on GBB. Now, up next, we have something new from Apollon Nutrition, and this is something I haven't seen on Molotov or Chaos before. We have its own little category here that says natural diuretic matrix, okay? So you have the label, and then you have this little diuretic matrix category all on its own. Only 2 ingredients in here, but definitely important that they listed it this way. And the first ingredient you're getting on here is dandelion root, 5-to-1 ratio, 500 milligrams. So that is a proven diuretic. It's going to help you pee more. It's going to help you sweat more and essentially expel all the toxins, all that crap out of your body. So great to take after a weekend cheat meal or something like that. Or if you just want to sweat your sins out, that is definitely going to help get you doing the job, all right? And next up, we have a new addition as well. And this is one I haven't seen Apollon use before. Juniper berry powder extract, 250 milligrams. So not a stimulant per se, but just like some of the other thermogenic ingredients in this label, it's going to help add a bit of a stimulatory-like effect. So when you're combining this with the thermogenics and especially with the caffeine at 200 milligrams, this is really going to send you over the edge. It's going to amplify the effectiveness of the thermogenics, of the metabolism-increasing ingredients, and obviously of the stim package that's in here. So that's going to round off the label. Let's talk about this experience. Before Heistimaze breaks down my experience running both Apollon Nutrition, Chaos, and Molotov over the past month, don't forget to like this video, comment below, share the channel with a fellow stim junkie or a fat burner enthusiast, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Alright guys, so for those of you that have been following the channel for at least the last 2 years and you've seen my top lists of 2024 and my top lists of 2025, you would know that Molotov received my top fat burner spot both years because this is an amazing product. It's super versatile. It's super loaded, which means I could take this at just 2 capsules and I get 60 servings out of it. Really no need to take more than 2 for my purposes unless I'm really trying to have a crazy sweaty type of workout. But this is something that you can literally stack on almost anything. This is the caffeine-free version. So again, same identical label as Chaos, but no caffeine, okay? You're still going to add a nice stimulatory effect by taking this. If you want to pair it on a daily driver, and this one here is one of my favorites, right? You got the Apollon Gym Classic, lightweight, efficacious, everything you need to get in a good daily type of workouts in here, no illicits. Or if you want to run something like Lionheart, right? Another one that I've really been enjoying lately. I'm actually almost finished the tub. Really, really like this Lionheart. Very versatile product, but not super high when it comes to the stimulants. So if I want to run a pre-workout that's not super stim heavy, like Assassin, let's say, right? But I want to add a little bit of an extra kick. I want to get a little bit more of an oomph, a little bit more of that razor sharp focus and sense of urgency with a little bit of extra sweating, and just to increase my body temperature in this freezing freaking cold, then obviously pairing 2 caps of Molotov is going to be an amazing option. If you guys are crazy, you can pair 4. Now, what I like to do on days where I go to the gym, let's say high stim Saturday, let's say I am running something that's super high stim that day, right? But I want to add a little bit of a thermogenic edge. I will take 2 capsules, which again is half the dose. I will pair it on the pre-workout as I'm drinking the drink. And then once I come to the gym and I'm training for about an hour and then I go to the locker room to take a little break, I will take the other 2 capsules in middle of the workout, right? And within 5 minutes, you're almost getting like a second win, a second burst of energy, and it kind of reactivates the pre-workout that you took an hour, hour and a half prior, and it almost gives you a second win for like another 45 minutes to an hour. So that is how I always like to use Molotov, especially if I'm hitting the sauna after, or if I'm doing cardio and I want to be sweating a little bit more. This thing is great, and not just on a physical sweaty level, but also on a mental level. There's no nootropics in here, but I swear to God, there's something to this GBB affecting you on a physical level. This thing really gives you like this sense of urgency and a laser sharp focus. So just an amazing product all around. You can obviously take this every day also as a daily type of fat burner. If you want to take this daily, this or Chaos, I would recommend just taking it at 2 capsules. No need to go crazy. You don't want to go to work and be sweating out of your mind and through your clothes and whatever, right? You don't want to be overstimulated if you're especially working a desk job or if you're driving or if you're dealing with that kind of stuff. So I would say if you guys are new to this, start with 1 capsule for a week. If you see that it's working properly, then you can up it to 2 and just run it for about a month. It's going to help you kind of cleanse things out a little bit. You're going to notice you're urinating a little bit more throughout the day. You might be sweating a little bit more. You might be a little bit more hopped up during the day, but there's nothing wrong with that. High stim ace likes being hopped up, but that is how I like to use Molotov personally. But I also like stacking this on top of other pre-workouts at half a dose. I find that that works really well for me. Now with Chaos, and this one's already, like I said, about halfway done, this I have been taking as a daily type of fat burner because, again, at 2 capsules, you're getting 100 milligrams of caffeine. I could take this in the morning with my cup of coffee. That brings it up to 200 milligrams of caffeine. And then I go to work. I get my day started. There's a little bit more of a thermogenic edge. It warms me up internally, which is great because, again, we've been dealing with freezing freaking weather over here in the East Coast. So this thing just gets you going. It also adds like this sharp nootropic effect. And again, I know there's no nootropics in here, but I swear to God, there's something to these thermogenics synergizing together. You're going to be peeing a little bit more throughout the day. You might be sweating a little bit more. And there's a bit of a sense of urgency, which is great because it's always chaotic by my job, no pun intended, but Chaos really gets the job done. So overall, 2 amazing products. I think that they are both an improvement over the previous versions, although I still have both previous versions and I'm still utilizing them. So that's it, guys. That's everything I got about these fat burners. They're incredible. One of them has 200 milligrams of caffeine, being the Chaos. The Molotov has no caffeine. So again, it makes it super, super versatile. Now, if you guys want to pick these up, you can head over to apollonnutrition.com. Discount code ACE15 saves you 15% off the entire order. And they do have a bundle where they pair the 2 of them together. So you're already saving like $15, $20 by getting the 2 together. And with the discount code, it will save you even more money. So check it out. I'm going to link it down below. I'm going to pin the comment. Want to thank Apollon Nutrition for sending Chaos my way for review. I greatly appreciate it. You guys know that no matter what, I'm always going to keep it straight and honest and unbiased like I always do. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell, follow the Instagram at HighStimAce, and I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. High Stim Ace, signing off.